Hello everyone and welcome back to IMO Reviews. Today we are discussing the long-awaited Blue Beetle. Welcome to the total apocalyptic wasteland that we call the DC Universe. And this time, Jamie has finished college and is looking forward to his future when superhero powers sidetrack those plans. He doesn't want them, and we have to do a blue Spider-Man and realise that with great blue powers comes great blue responsibilities. Yep, let's get into the positives. Shouldn't take long. You can't deny that there is a very good colour scheme to the movie. It's bright, there's some very eye-catching visuals throughout, and it does try its best to give the main character some depth and some personality. I did appreciate that Blue Beetle isn't rushing through the motions. It does actively try to set Jamie up and establish him as a character before we go charging into some mad villain storyline. And it does work to some degree. There is moments of heart and feeling pitted throughout the film. I also thought there were some good ideas with the Blue Beetle itself and how it operates with its user. That was an interesting aspect of the film. I just wish they explored it even further and maybe it had a bit more of a consequence to it. And that is that for the positives. And even in my positives, I still kind of had complaints. Put the seatbelt on. We're going to go over a few speed bumps here. Blue Beetle is just so damn generic. This has the exact same problems as Gran Turismo. You know exactly where this is going and you know exactly how it's going to get there, to the point that they might as well have a postage stamp pinned to the corner of the screen. Which in turn just makes this so utterly unengaging. You are just sitting there and waiting for the inevitable plot beats to unfold. It's not doing anything new. It's insanely paint by numbers. The villains are criminally dull. The setup they're given is actually pathetic. It's done within about 2 scenes and there's no depth to it whatsoever. They're just bad because they're bad, because who gives a shit, frankly. It's so bottom of the barrel in its storytelling that it just feels so phoned in and lazy, which is a shame because, as I mentioned, there are these brief moments where you can feel a sense of love, life, energy, but they're so few and far between that it just doesn't really come to anything. It's way too scared to actually be bold and original and do something with these new ideas that it is presenting, and instead throws them to the boot of the car and just goes for all of the safe superhero cliches you've seen done a million times before and seen them done better. I'm not kidding. It's Blue Spider-Man. Think about the plot beats of Spider-Man 1. Think about the plot beats of Blue Beetle. It's the same film, isn't it? Except for he's a spider and he's a beetle. I didn't laugh once at this movie. Not a single joke landed. And it is trying so hard to get the slightest smirk out of you. It is hell-bent on getting a laugh out of you. And yet it's so unfunny that you're actually just becoming irritated by its attempts. It makes the characters unlikable, it makes them annoying, it makes them irritating as they all shout and yell over each other and talk through each other. It's just like, oh my god. None of them are helped by the fact that the acting all round is pretty bloody bad. It's very Disney Channel at times, especially from the main guy. I don't know what the casting team saw in him to give him the lead. In his action scenes, oh my god, it's so funny the way he turns into a Dragon Ball Z fighter. His face is this the whole time. Just bring it down a little bit so that I'm not pissing myself laughing at your awful performance. Just try to be a bit, more nuanced than you are. And above all else, it does not at all feel like DC have hit the reset button with this movie. I am still none the wiser as to the direction DC are going in, especially when they are still referencing Batman, but we haven't met this Batman. So is this the Batman that we know? Is this Robert Pattinson's Batman? Is this George Clooney's Batman? Keaton's? I don't know. I don't know where we are. I don't know what we're doing. It's feeling tragic calling this a universe, because it's not even a universe anymore. This universe has very quickly devolved into just noise and shit happening. The Flash came out 2 months ago. Does it have any effect on this one? Because doesn't seem to. Is there any consequence to any of these films existing? Any of them have any direct effect on the other? A big, fat, resounding no. I'm going to give Blue Beetle a 2. out of 10. This was an absolutely useless waste of time. It's not funny, it's not clever, it's not groundbreaking, it's so safe and generic, it is so boring, so stupid, so childish, it's such a forgettable and utterly thankless experience. Thank you for watching this review. Please be sure to hit that like button and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and please do hit the comment section as well. Have you seen Blue Beetle? What did you think about it? Let me know in the comment section below. And of course, if you haven't had enough of this crazy ginger, well, you can always click on these suggested videos right here and get yourself lost in an IMO wormhole. But if not, take care, and I look forward to seeing you on the next review.